Hey, Masters of Multiplication, we're going to work today on multiplying by 8. So we're getting big time now. Go ahead and turn to your book, page 90, to follow along. And we're going to get started, see what kind of tricks we can come up with today.
How can you use doubles to multiply with 8? Think about this question during the lesson. At a school fun fair, students try to toss a table tennis ball into a bowl. There are 8 rows of bowls. There are 8 bowls in each row. How many bowls are there? What operation should you choose to find the total for an array? Select your answer.
So would we multiply? Are we getting more, or are we dividing, getting smaller? We want to know how much in all is going to be a bigger number, so we know that is to multiply.
You use multiplication to find the total for an array. Look at the array for 8 times 8. How would you describe this array?
Big.
There are 8 rows with 8 in each row. You can use 2's and 4's facts to find 8 times 8.
And why can we use 2's and 4's facts? Because they're all divisible by 2. 8 can be divided by 2, and 4 can be divided by 2, which is backwards for multiplication. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. That's why we can use our 2's and 4's.
You can use a 2's fact to find 8 times 8. 8 times 8 equals 4 groups of 2 8's.
So what this array is showing is we are using 2's facts. So we know how 4's are a double-double. Well, double 4 and you get 8. So anything times 8 would be a double-double-double-double fact. That's our little trick there for our 4's.
16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 equals 64. So 8 times 8 equals 64. Another way to find 8 times 8 is to use a 4's fact. Double a 4's fact to find 8 times 8. 8 times 8 equals 4 8's plus 4 8's.
Which is that distributive property.
32 equals 64. So 8 times 8 equals 64. Describe the 2 ways you used to find 8 times 8. You made 4 groups of 16, and you made 2 groups of 32. There are 64 bowls in all.
Now you know how to use doubles to multiply with 8.
Okay, and there's a little saying, 8 on the floor, 8 on the door, 8 times 8 is 64. All right, so let's go through this. And we're gonna work on page 91. So there's lots of ways to solve 8's. You can do my double trick. Double trick, yep, 4 times. You can draw an array like the distributive property they were showing. You can use counters. Until you know your facts pretty good, 8's are kind of tough. So you just have to learn to memorize them. But until then, we work on our little strategies and tricks. Okay. Number 1, multiply 8 times 3. So we have 8 times 3, which means 8 groups of 3. Or you can do it the other way, because our commutative property says that. We can do 3 times 8, which is 3 groups of 8. Okay, so then we have 8 plus 8 is 16, and then add 8 more to 16. 24. So 8 times 3 or 3 times 8 is both 24. They are both 24. Or you can do your times 3's trick where you just double it and then you add it again. And you still would get 24, whichever way. So sometimes when you're doing those other the facts like 8 times something, you might use a trick for the other factor that's easier than the 8. For example, number 2. Multiply 5 times 8. So if you don't want to do the double strategy, which would be 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, because 5 doubled is 10, and you do it 4 times because that's the times 8 trick. So either one, or you could just do, your 5 tricks, your 5 strategies, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and you would do it 8 times. So either one, 10, 20, 30, you get 40, okay? So again, when I show you different strategies, so you can pick one that works for you. Multiply 8 times 1. Well, anything times 1 is the other factor, so we don't even have to do any strategies for that one. Unless you want to do 8 groups of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1, and you would still get 8. All right, let's look over at number 4. 8 times 7. That's a big one. So you could use counters. You could draw an array. Or you could do your double fact. So we double the other factor. Double, 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 double. You do it 4 times. So 14 plus 14 is 28. I'm going to write it up there because I ran out of space. And then 14 plus 14 is 28. 8 plus 8 is 16. 2, 4. So it's 56. Again, you could draw a picture. You could use counters. If you don't have counters, get some Cheerios. If you don't have Cheerios, get some Fruit Loops. Whatever you want. Whatever's going to help you. Okay, 8 times 4. So I could say double, 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 double. Double, because 4 doubled is 8. Double, double, double. Okay, and I know 8 plus 8 is 16, so 8 plus 8 is also 16. And then I'm going to write it over here because, again, I'm out of space. They don't give you a lot of space on these problems. Then I would add 16 plus 16. Sorry, no, it's kind of all over the place. Let's cover that up. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1, 2, 3. 32. Okay, 6 times 8. I double the other factor, double, 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 double. So 6 doubled is 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. And I know 12 plus 12 is 24. I'm going to write it over here. 24. Oops. 12 plus 12 is 24. And then I add those together and I get 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 48. So the times 8 strategies kind of take a while, but again, once you start memorizing them, it'll be faster. Well, this one we don't have to do a whole lot on because we know anything times 10, we just add a 0 to the other factor. Right? So we just add a 0 to the other factor. Number 8, that's a big one, 9 times 8. So if you know your 9s trick, that's what I mean. If you know your tricks for other factors, then it might be easier. So let's do our double facts. Okay, so we double 9. So 9 doubled is 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18, because you do it 4 times for the 8s. There's a lot of numbers going on here. So I'm going to say 18 plus 18. 8 plus 8 is 16. 1, 2, so that's 36. So then I know 18 plus 18 is still 36. I don't have to do it again. I would just add my 36 plus 36. 6 plus 6 is 12. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 72. Now I'm going to check it with my nines trick. So remember, we put down the other factor, which is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I got my 10s and my 1s. 5, 6, 7. That separates 72. We got it right. And our last one, 8 times 3. We could do 3 groups of 8 like we did on the other problem, 8 groups of 3. You could do the times 3 trick where you double the other factor, 16, and then you add it again. Because it's not doubles, it's 3, so you have to add it one more time for that third time. So I just gave you a whole bunch of different strategies to choose from your toolbox. So we know from the other problem it is 24. Now you get to finish the bottom on your own. It looks like a lot of problems, but again, a lot of them, 8 times 2, you already know the answer. 8 times 0, you know the answer. 1 times 8, you know the answer. So it won't take you too long. The bigger problems like 8 times 8 and 7 times 8, those will take more time. Use what you know. Draw a picture, use your strategies, draw an array, your distributive property. So you're going to finish that and turn your paper over. On the back, I want you to do 26, 27, and also 28. Okay, so 26, 27, and then 28. Okay, you don't have a discussion post today, but make sure you get your work checked. All right, remember, times 8s, double, 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 double. Good luck.